Yeah. Okay, I'm recording now. Welcome to Econ 614. Pretend I hadn't said anything before pressing the record button. My name is John Lytle. I'm your instructor for Econ 614. And this is not a very important meeting today. I really just want everyone to have an opportunity to ask me any questions they may have and to make sure that you understand the way the course is going to be run. It's only a 6-week course over the summer. It's really fast, to ask me. I designed this course to be for 15 weeks. I used to teach it in the fall, and Leslie Stratton asked me to condense it to teach it over the summer as part of our changing the way the master's program was done to make it possible for you to do it in 3 semesters. We had to have this course in the summer. So I said, okay, the course has been condensed into 6 weeks, but that makes it pretty fast. And that means it's an asynchronous course. And I hope you guys are all responsible adults and can try to keep along with a reasonable pace that the course goes. The way I will sort of enforce that is by giving you assignments, but there's only 4 homework sets. The whole class, there's only 4 homework sets, and there's only 2 exams. So just those 6 things, the 4 homeworks and the 2 exams, are the only things that I have to sort of like time stamps to keep you on track. Everything else is up to you, how fast you want to do it. But to help you, so I know how procrastination works. I teach behavioral economics, as Sarah knows. I think you had me for behavioral, maybe not. Maybe you haven't had me. Sorry, you haven't had me for behavioral yet, but that's okay. I also teach that course. Fergus, okay, you took behavioral. I can't see you, but I'm sure if I had seen you, I would have known that you were my former student in behavioral economics. The point is, my role as instructor is to help you keep on track. And I organize things in Canvas by module. You may have already seen it, week 1, week 2, and I just put up a week 3, like right before this meeting. So you can actually see week 1, week 2, and week 3 of the course. I don't recommend you skipping ahead and doing it all. There's no point in skipping ahead to week 2 and week 3 until you've just done week 1, done your homework set, given it to me. I'll grade it. I'll give you feedback. And then you can go on to week, I'm not asking you to push yourself faster than the pace of the class. I'm just saying, I recommend you all doing your best to stay on course with the class. What else do I need to tell you about? Oh, have you noticed, has anyone looked at the videos? I really dislike the fact that it shows me really big and it shows the slides really small. But if you press toggle view, I think it's really important you do that, because then you'll see the slides bigger. Sometimes I move my cursor as a way to direct your attention to something. When I say this, I watch my videos, and when I say, and this expression is, really the way I'm pointing at it is with the cursor of my mouse. And you won't see that unless you've got it big, because otherwise it'll be so small in the corner you won't even see it, what I'm talking about. So there's that. The captioning is not great. It sometimes says, I've noticed a few times where it says the opposite of what I mean, where instead of saying, it includes a no or a not, or it doesn't include a no or a not, and therefore it's writing, the captions are the opposite of what I'm saying. And so if you can turn those off, I think you'll still be able to understand me. I realize maybe it helps. Maybe there's a few times where you don't understand me and you would rather have the caption. So I'll leave that up to you. Yeah, so I'm just asking you to follow along. Oh, by the way, I've said this many times. Week 1 is kind of a review. It's the easiest week is week 1. Weeks 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 will be more difficult, will be just a higher level of math. But week 1, I think, is kind of the easiest one. And I feel like I even go a little bit slower in my videos just to get you used to the class. if you're somebody who already is very comfortable with calculus, calculus is like a really important part of this class. You know, I hope that you already know calculus. Can I just survey you guys, the 5 of you here? Do how well do you know how to do calculus, especially differentiation? Do you think you have some familiarity with it? The 3 of you with, okay, and Fergus gives a thumbs up. That's good. That means, you know, you don't need to spend a lot of time with me going over, let's say, the power rule. How do you take the derivative of y equals x cubed? You know this already. It's 3x squared. Okay, that's the power rule. Or maybe the product rule. Maybe you remember the product rule, but you need a little review. That's, you know, the derivative of something f times something g is f prime g plus f g prime. That's a good thing to know in this class. It'll be something we use in order to do differentiation. So if you need a refresher on that, the more of a refresher you need, the more time you should spend on those introductory level videos. Okay. And I sort of think you can look at homework 1. Homework set 1 is posted. If you want to really just kind of jump ahead and say, how much of this can I already do? That's fine with me. I'm not sort of grading you based on whether you watch the videos. So please, it's up to you. You don't have to watch every second of every video. I've gone back and watched some of my videos, and sometimes I think, oh, this is so long. This is boring. I'm sorry for taking 45 minutes to do something where if I had gone faster, maybe it would only taken 30. But maybe some people like the slower pace. It's up to you. What else do we want to talk about? The syllabus. So hopefully you can access the syllabus. It gives you the dates of the homeworks and the exams. Oh, the textbook is Chang and Wainwright. I don't have it with me. It's a blue textbook that maybe some of you have gotten already. I think there are some versions of it online. If you're the type of person who's okay with that, virtual or not virtual, but just a digital copy. But I think I think you'll find I go pretty. It's not 100%. Here's the book, here's the class, and they're like perfectly matched. It's more like 80%, right? A lot of what I'm teaching you in this class is either right from the book, or it's just, you know, my take on what it said in the book. So that makes the book a good resource for the class if you want to have it. And you can ask me anything you want about that, whether what you should get. That's the only textbook for the class, is that one. It's called Fundamental Methods of Mathematical Economics, I think is the title. What else do we need to talk about? Do you guys have any questions? Okay, that's good. Oh, let's decide when we're meeting. Let's decide when we're meeting. I made a mistake, which was I thought the class was scheduled Monday, Wednesday. It's actually was scheduled Tuesday, Thursday. So the two people who couldn't make it to this class, it's not your fault. If you're watching this, if I've posted this and now you're watching it, I'm sorry, you guys. Let's have a meeting, which is, once again, it's optional. I'm not going to take attendance. I'm not going to be mad at you if you're not there. The point of the meetings will be to help you, kind of like office hours, where like you had a question, you're like, can you just do, I want to see you go through this example, and you ask me to do it and I'll do it. Or especially for like exams, when exams get closer and closer, you guys are going to want to know what's going to be on the exam. Give me some more, some way to prepare for what's on the exam. And I'll help you with that, because that's what I'm here for. You guys, how do you feel about keeping it Tuesday, like 6 o'clock, Tuesday 6? I see some thumbs up. Yeah, I mean, I think some people work during the day, and of course there's dinner, like there's not enough time between 5 and 6 to eat a full meal. So that is a bit early, but once again, it'll be sort of an optional thing. I think it'll last long enough that if you are not there right at 6, let's say you show up at 6:15 or 6:30, I think I'll still have the Zoom on, so you could still talk to me even if you don't get there right at 6. I'll make it like, 6 to 7 at least. And then if we want to go far longer than 7, we can. But I'd imagine that when there's homework sets, let me tell you what's happened in the past. I've taught this virtually once before. This is the second time I've taught it asynchronous, virtual. I think some people are like, they do the homeworks really quickly, really long ahead of time. And then they know if there's anything they don't know, they can very specifically ask me, like, I couldn't figure this out. Could you help explain it? And I'm happy to do that. There's other people who haven't tried the homework set at all. And then when they come visit, they're like, okay, so how do you do number 1? I'm less likely to want to help out those people by just telling them how to do the homework if they've never even tried it themselves. I think that's sort of not in the spirit of the class and office hours. So, I'll still try to tell you something. I'll tell you something in the spirit of, well, here's, what I'm really asking about is, let's say it's called the national income model, where Y equals C plus I plus G. I borrowed it from macroeconomics, and I'm using it to teach you something about economic modeling. I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you lots about it, but I'm not going to just tell you exactly how to do the homework. But however, somebody who has tried the homework and maybe got stuck on something, I am willing to give that type of a student and that type of a question a lot of help, because I like that you're trying it and I can help you. So I think that's what mostly our meetings will be about. Also, if you watch the videos and something I said just doesn't make sense, maybe, it's hard for me to realize if what I said makes sense, because to me it makes sense. I'm the one who said it. You can always ask about that too, sort of clarification. You said this in the video, but that seems to contradict this other thing you said. Can you clarify? And then I can help clarify it in our meetings. So how do you guys feel about that? Our next meeting, Tuesday at 6 o'clock, which will be the day before your homework set is due. Your next homework set is due the Wednesday, the day after. But that gives you a lot of time between now and then to give it a shot. And I think this first one, it might be kind of long. I ask you to do a lot, but it's not too difficult. It doesn't feel, I don't think, you won't be challenged to the point where I have no idea where to do this. You might have a little question here or there, but maybe the thing about growth, if you never had growth, sorry, there's homework set 1, there's this question about growth rates, and it's a lot simpler than it needs to. You might accidentally spend a lot of time and think it's really complicated, but there's a shortcut you can take. So when you pay attention to that part about the growth rates, you can there's one number that tells you exactly the growth rate. That's all you need to look at, not make it a lot harder than it needs to be. That's my hint for homework set 1. Okay, I can't think of anything else. You guys haven't said anything. Do you have any questions? How's the Canvas format? Have you given it a shot? Have you looked at anything on Canvas? You can see everything. You can see the pages, the homework, everything. That's good. This is my first time using Canvas for this class, but previously I had used Blackboard. And you know what? I have to think about how the exams are done exactly, because I think it's going to be a take-home exam. I'll give you this sort of post-it on a Wednesday or something, and maybe do Friday. I don't want it to be weeks and weeks of you doing it. So it will be sort of a limited time period for you to do it. Another reason I have it, the class is designed this way, is to make it, what I don't want you to do is wait to learn something until you have to. You know what I mean? there's a strategy where you could say, I don't really need to know this unless it's on the exam. So I'll just wait to see if it's on the exam. Once I get the exam, then I'll decide whether I should bother to learn this. Um, I think that would be a disservice if that's the way I designed my class, because the point is to get you to learn everything I'm teaching you, not just the things that you have to learn because they're on the exam. So that's why the exam isn't, like I said, I'm not giving you the exam right now. If I give you the exam right now, you would kind of strategically ignore the stuff that isn't on it. And, while it is going to be pretty comprehensive exam, it's not going to cover literally everything in the class. I don't want everything that we cover on the class to be on the exam. It'll be sort of pick and choose the stuff I think is important, most important. So that's why I'll do that. So you'll see, I'll announce it, and you'll see that exams are posted on some date, and then they'll be due roughly 2 days later, something like that. So those will be busy times for you too. But the whole class is busy. The whole class is only 6 weeks. The good news is that you'll be done in 6 weeks. That's a good thing. But the bad news is it will be pretty fast-paced. I feel like we should wrap this up. You guys don't have any questions? You're not very talkative today. It's okay. You guys okay? Everything else in your lives all right, I hope? Sorry about the asynchronous nature of this. I don't know if you preferred to be in person, but this sort of, because of COVID, I designed this course, the summer version of the course, to be asynchronous online. And that's really why we're doing it still this way. Okay, well, thank you for joining me today. Anybody else have anything to say? Okay, well, I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you Tuesday. Or email me anytime if you want some guidance, something. Grace, you about to say something?
Oh, I was going to say thank you.
Oh, okay, great. Hey, well, it's nice to hear somebody's voice. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks again. Bye.